I'm Gino Pasica.
I'm his wife, Michaela. We own the Leaky Pot in Belle Fourche coffee shop / beer and wine pub / eatery. Been in business about a year. Coffee was the primary plan. Our building has a lot of potential for other things. We're living upstairs currently. We have some space in the back that we would eventually like to open up for some more options for the public to utilize. Banquet, meeting room, having birthday parties, fitness things. It's big enough for a yoga studio. I was born and raised in Belle, so I've been here my whole life. I drove Gino here from Rapid.
I won't say drug, but hold, yes. No, I grew up in Rapid. It's been basically about 13 years from our oldest. So we have gotten acquainted or close to a lot of people in this town, between just everything we're active in as well as everything our kids are active in. We love the teachers in this town. They've been great with our kids. We love the people in this town, and it's actually, it doesn't seem like it because it's usually just a through town because of the highway going right through, but if you stop, it's really beautiful. It's a reason that it's called Belle Fourche, beautiful for it, because it is a really beautiful spot. All the rivers coming together in one area, the trees, it's a little bit of everything, so it feels like home.
The busyness, day in to day out, sometimes we're so crazy that we don't even get a break by the end of our 8-hour shift when it's just the two of us. But some days it's so quiet in here, you'd think that we weren't even open. And it's so unpredictable. You think it depends on the weather, but some days it's real crappy outside and there's nobody in here, and some days it's real crappy outside and we're so busy we don't know what to do with ourselves. We've talked about doing some things with the basement as far as like a pub or a speakeasy style. Same with the back room, there's endless options for the space that we have, but we need to put up walls and tear out carpet and paint and put in entrances. And I come from a long line of them. My dad owns a trucking company just outside of town, and he started from scratch. Literally, he was an owner-operator, bought his own truck with all the savings he had and worked until he bought 24, I think is what he had on the road at one point in time. And then my grandparents moved out here from Minnesota and started a Angus beef ranch and then a dairy farm. And that was all kind of a family-owned business. They all got in on the dairy farming for a while. It was Havoc Dairy, and they all lived within a 6-mile radius of each other. My grandma was a piano teacher here in town. One of the only ones for a long time, I think. If anyone in town knew how to play the piano, my grandma taught them. I never really left after high school. I've been in the area the whole time, so as far as people leaving and coming back, I don't know why they ever left in the first place. It's safe. I feel safe raising my kids here. I know that they have friends at school that aren't bad news. We kind of avoid that inner city, that inner city-ness in the rural Midwestern part. So that's not an area of concern so much, but
my family had owned an electrical contracting firm for 30 years in Rapid, but that was I never had any visions of ever owning my own business at all. I guess for me, we actually had the opportunity. We were looking at moving shortly before this whole thing transpired. We had been seriously discussing it, and we were on the verge of, all right, should we make this decision to move? We were going to be moving, at least 15 hours away, because we didn't know if this is what we wanted to do. And then this whole opportunity just plopped right in our lap. It seriously was just almost an overnight thing. We joked about it the one day before, and then the very next day, all of a sudden, everything was in motion. The history of this town, with moving the Cowboys, the fact that we're the center of the nation, our towns can boast things like that. They're the geographical center of the U.S.
And that's another great thing about Belle is that reciprocated entrepreneurial support. know, we had a lot of people rally around us, but it gave us the opportunity to rally around a lot of other new businesses that were up and coming at the time and have since.